Okay, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. I wanted to come on here and make a quick little video of some of my favorite things that I use as coaching. And they're not just things, but they're favorite apps, favorite things I like to make sure I record, and just some things that I like to have within my fingertips to make sure that I have got what I need for my business. Some of them I have accumulated throughout the years I've been coaching. Some I have found that I've needed. Some I wish I would have known from the beginning. But most of what I'm going to show you here, I've kind of learned as we've gone along. One of the things I wanted to share with you, I've got some notes, so don't mind me. I'm going to be looking down because I want to make sure I'm getting those items to you. Some of the things that I do for sure as a coach is I make sure that I have, I do videos every day. I add them to my stories on Facebook and on Instagram. Depending on where you're trying to grow, I try to grow both, and I have people on both platforms. So I add whatever I make, I add one and then I add to the other. I don't allow them to just like copy over. So I just add and I add. I always make sure that I am doing some sort of video on product. So it could be Energize, it could be Recover, it could be your shake, it could be bars, maybe Daily Sunshine for your kids, whatever. And you don't want to be very product placement oriented, like, delicious. You want to incorporate that somehow every day so that people see that you're consistent with it, or maybe like you're doing something else that you're showcasing, but you have it in the picture or in the video. So for an example, every morning, if you watch my stories, I do something with Energize. Back in the day, I called it unicorn juice, and a lot of people that followed me knew it as unicorn juice. Now I call it a lot. My is what I call it a lot. I've actually thought about changing it to liquid gold. I found a decal for something, and I was like, oh, that's super cute. It can be whatever you want, but be consistent with it. So if I change it, I need to be consistent with what I change it to, because people are going to ask, oh, is that your unicorn juice? People ask me that all the time. So I'm really contemplating, do I change it or not? I've been kind of using it back again, but I have so many new followers. Now would be the time to change it. But you might know it as Mama Juice, Go-Go Juice, Get My Booty Moving Juice. Actually, I think someone used to call it their Mama Crack. And now she's like, oh, maybe I should have never done that to begin with. But she's being consistent with it. She knows that people know what that is, and they look for that every day. And so if you watch my stories, I don't sit there and be like, my favorite. Like, I'll just share me making it in lots of different ways. Sometimes it's a boomerang on Instagram with putting a scoop in. Maybe it's stirring it up. Maybe it's like me actually putting it together. Fridays, I do a dance party, and I like show me doing it and like getting my groove on while I'm making my Energize and dancing and drinking it. My Recover, a lot of times, like if I've had a really hard workout, I'll do a little prayer to my BCAAs. My dear BCAAs, you know what the drill is. You know that I need to work my legs later. I ask that you help them so that I can sit on the toilet later. Things like that. People find that really funny. And I think it tastes like brownie batter, so I call it my brownie batter. It can do lots of ways making your shake. You can put all the ingredients in your blender and take a picture from the top and show all the different things that's in it. You can show it blending up. There's just so many different ways. Maybe sometimes I'll explain something else, but I'll have it in my hand, and then I'll just label it chocolate, my chocolate salad or my chocolate veggies. I think I put chocolate veggies. And so I'll put that on there so that people know, like, hey, she drinks it every single day. She is consistent with it every single day. So that's kind of the videos I do. What are the apps I use to show lots of ways in that video? I definitely use all the different ways that Instagram gives me. So, boomerangs, the filters they use, what else is on there? Any of the different things that Instagram gives you, use it. The more you use what they give you, the more they're going to prop your stuff up to be seen. They want people that are going to use the stickers, the polls, the questionnaires, all that kind of stuff. You want to make sure that you're using those every day. That's going to create interaction with your people, and it's going to keep people on Instagram longer, and that's what they want. And so the more they see that, the more they're going to boost you up in the algorithm. I also use Hyperlapse. Hyperlapse is an app. You can record whatever you're doing and it will speed it up. And then when you're done recording it, you can do it like 2 times, 4 times, 6 times, and even faster. So if you're doing like your morning routine, I do that a lot with my morning routine because I'm just writing, and I'll put that on there and I'll explain what I'm doing. That's an app that I use. I also use the app. Okay, well, that's with those. The other apps I use, I'm sorry, I want to make sure this didn't make sense when I wrote this down the way I did it, and now I'm thinking how I want to share this with you. The other apps that I use for that, as well as for my shakes and stuff, as well as for workouts, I always want to make sure that I'm sharing my workout every day. So I do it different ways all the time. Depending on how much time I have is how I might do the workout load that day. So something quick, easy, I use the app Triller, Triller. You can pick a song and take quick snippets of your workout, and it will mash them all together very easily and put it out there. So a lot of times I try to have songs in my head. If I am driving or I'm with somebody and I think of a song, and I don't do it when I'm driving, but I might do a voice record of what that song is or snapshot it on my phone or something. So I always have an idea of a song to pick. I use the app Unfold. I don't pay for any of the, I think I might have paid for one of the formats, but most of them I don't pay for any others. And I can create like different kinds of collages and stuff for videos or for still shots. You can totally use those. Hey, buddy. I use the app Cut Story. So Cut Story is an app if you are talking or you have a video that's long and maybe you watched or you recorded a video. Cut Story will automatically cut your video into the segments based off of Facebook or Instagram. Instagram's only 15 seconds. Facebook is actually 20 seconds. So it'll cut it into that so you automatically have it. Now, I also think I haven't needed it in a while because my Instagram automatically cuts it, and so does my no, not my Facebook, my Instagram does, but my Facebook does not. I have friends whose Instagram doesn't cut it at all. So you might need Cut Story. That's another one that I use. Another one is WordSwag. All of these are free apps too, you guys. They shouldn't cost you anything. WordSwag is one that you can use some of the pictures that they have already created out there for free that you can use. You can use pictures from your own library. You can create a graphic without a picture at all with just like a graphic of some sort of like geometric shape or circles or color or anything like that. So I do those a lot for graphic recognitions, things that I want to post in my group, maybe something I want to add in my stories. You can do that for Insta stories too. The WordSwag allows you to do that. Layout is one that I use often for my side-by-side transformation pics. So you can add 2 pictures on there and I lay it out side by side so that I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm writing down one more so I don't forget to tell you. So you can see side by side the difference that you've had in your transformation video. Lightroom. I downloaded Adobe Lightroom. Not everyone's going to need this, but I did buy some presets. My house, until we recently painted it, was tan and taupe from like old school 10 years ago when we purchased the house. Now I still have some tan colors in my house. I have the woodwork. For some reason, I can't think of the color, but it's a lighter tan and my carpet is tan. So it picks up a lot of yellowy hues in my pictures. So I use Lightroom to brighten up my pictures. You can buy presets. One of our coaches has presets, Jalen Lavelle. She does presets that she has always on sale. Really, really good pricing. And you can also do light and airy on Instagram, and I promise if you look them up once, they're always going to pop up in your feed. And sometimes they have some really good sales on presets. You'll load them up in Lightroom so that they have a good feel and a good warm vibe, or however you want your vibe to be on your Instagram page. You can adjust it on the coloring for that. And then the last app that I have is Ditto, Ditto. I use that a lot for my flow. And so basically what that does is when you pull up your keyboard, you have the option to either pull up like emojis, or like if you wanted to do a different font, you can pull up Ditto. And I've created different segments based off of my flow for how I can respond to people. So it might be if they say yes, or I'm doing a follow-up, or I'm doing an invite, or I'm doing a response, or I'm sending them links. All of that's already in there, so I don't have to search for something or type something up. I can be on the go and send something right away. I try really hard not to be on my phone all the time. I used to be very, very poor at that. The blessing and the benefit of us being able to be a coach and put coaching in our life when we want it is that you can determine when you do not want to be on your phone. So I would definitely set hours in your day, every day, to know these are the hours I'm going to work. And don't be afraid that you have to message somebody right away as soon as they hear or you hear from them. They can wait until you come back, right? You don't get a doctor's office call at 9 o'clock because that was when you could make the call to cancel the appointment to reschedule. They're going to call you back the next day. So if that's family time at 9 o'clock, they can wait until tomorrow, and they're going to understand. And if they don't, then there's only so much you can do, but you do have to take some time away so that you can focus on your family. And then the last 3 apps that I have, that's more for my mind, for my mindset and my personal development. So I do have Audible. I use Audible a lot. I love audiobooks. And over the course of the years, I've collected audiobooks. I get 1 book a month. So I used to use almost an entire month to read a 9 to 10 hour book. Now I can get that done in a week, no problem. So I'll go back and re-listen to really, really good ones. And then if I don't have any audiobooks that are really kind of speaking to me, I go into podcasts. So podcasts is another app that I download through my Apple. I know you can do it through Google as well. And there's so many podcasts. You want to find something that's going to speak to you. Some of my favorite podcasts are the Ed Milet Show, the Brendan Show, that's Brendan Bouchard. I love, when Rachel Hollis and Dave did theirs, I loved Rise and Rise Together. I think Dave's now doing Rise Together. I haven't gotten back on those. I love Judy Holler, the Fear Boss Show. I love my uplines, Micah Folsom's podcast. One of our coaches now has her, Simplistic Mama. I enjoy listening to hers. Who else do I listen to? Keisha Fitzgerald, Empower Her. That's a really good one too. I find what speaks to me, and I have a couple of Christian ones too that I look to when I'm needing a little bit more spirituality and Jesus in my heart. And I think I even have a couple mama ones, but most of the time it is trying to find ways to grow my confidence, to grow my inner belief and my self-worth. And those are the types of things I listen to, or figure out how to grow my business. So I listen to like the Angie Lee Show for marketing and ways to grow your online business. I listen to chic influencers, Melanie Mitro and Katie Ersta, I believe is her name. They are Beachbody coaches as well. They actually did a podcast to help you women grow their business. Theirs is more focused on business. Where Micah, my upline, it's more about mindset and getting your head in the right space. And then my last app that I have on my favorites is an app called Think Up. It's an affirmation one. So as you start to grow and develop your vision of what you want your life to be and how you envision it to be, you can write affirmations down, which I will help you with, but you can write them down and record them in your own voice. And then that's what I listen to every morning and most nights while I brush my teeth. I habit stacked those while I brush my teeth, so I know that I'm going to get them in at least twice a day to help me build my belief and visualize my future. Okay, those are some of my favorite apps that I love. The things that I love, the things that I know that I always have around my house because they are my favorite. My headphones, up until my husband got me my AirPods last Christmas. I think it was last Christmas. I had Beat wireless headphones before, and I even had Beat corded ones. I always listen to my podcast and my audiobooks with my headphones. So if I'm doing laundry, if I'm doing dishes, if I'm, doing anything around the house, I have my headphones in. I'm always trying to get personal development in every single day, more than 15, 20 minutes. I try to listen to an hour every day. My water bottle, I always make sure I have a really solid water bottle. So you want to know for sure, like how much water you need to drink and how many of them of the bottle based on how big it is. You want to make sure that you have that. That's very, very important on your journey. Okay, I'm going to show you this tripod. So this one I bought. There's all kinds of different tripods that you can get, and I will have a link if you're interested. But this is a very simple tripod. This also unlocks, so like all of these can make this even taller. It came with a really nice travel bag. So like this can get really tall if you really wanted to. It came with a really nice travel bag, but if you're anything that lives my life, I have a teenage daughter who has teenage friends who decide they like to use and play with the tripods, and they break my tripods. So this one doesn't fold very nicely anymore. It used to do a number of different things. It could fold, it could do all kinds of things and fold up nicely. This is what I would take to Summit and stuff like that. It does not do that so well anymore, but I use this when I work out. So this is what I stand up. It has a USB port that you can plug into a, you can either plug this into a plug and plug it into the wall, or I just plug it into a power block. And when you plug it in, this light will pop on and it will make wherever you're at brighter. So you can pop your phone in here and then you can hit record on whatever you're doing. So this is in my workout space. This is what we use down there. I also have a ring light. So I'm going to show you, you're going to come with me. We're going to venture over here. So this is my little office space. I have just this little cubby right in here. The way I have my desk is it's kind of like along the wall here. There's a couple reasons why I do it this way. One, so when I'm on a video, for the most part, I use the natural light from my mirror, from my window. That's how I do it that way. But I also have it so that I can have stuff behind me on my video. Not necessarily the right way. You can do it any way you want. There's been many times I've thought about flipping this around. So I have that to look at, and I can use the wall as propping up some stuff on my desk, but that's okay. I think I'm happy with where it is right now and the way I've kind of got a nice setup here. But this right here, I got this for Christmas a couple years ago, and this is one of my favorite things. This is a ring light. This was a bit of a more pricier purchase. This, as you can see, has its own tripod and it stands up tall. What I do with this is I literally, when I'm doing any videos, I prop this right in front of me and I can turn it on. Let me see. I don't even think it's plugged in. Bear with me. I'm going to plug this in because I'm going to show you how this works. 1 second. Sorry, that took a little bit longer than normal, but you can see this turns on right here. So I'm going to flip this around so that you can see that comes on like that. And you can tilt this any which way. You can put your phone right up in here. Again, teenage daughters, so they broke this part here, but this can turn brighter and less light, and it can turn completely off. So tonight we're doing a coaching Snoop group call, and because it's at night and I want to make sure that people can see me very nicely, I will make sure that that's on so it's not just the light from my office, because it can get a little bit darker in here. I also, because as I'm getting older, my eyes are not the best, I have a pair of blue light glasses. I also have, I wear contacts. So during the day, I wear my blue light glasses. When it gets to be evening, if I'm doing any evening work hours, I go ahead and take my contacts out just because I'm up pretty early in the morning. getting my workout in and stuff like that. My eyes get kind of dry. My regular glasses that I bought have the blue light piece in them, so I put on my regular glasses. But I usually, for the most part, if I'm on my computer or on my phone for a long amount of time, I wear my blue light glasses. I took them off just for this video so you can see. But you don't need them, but it does help reduce the glare and all that when I'm on my computer a lot and my phone. And then some sort of computer or laptop, I find, or something that you can also utilize them. It's more than just your phone. And the reason I do that is because there's a couple areas that I like to get onto my computer that make more sense than getting on my phone. I can do pretty much anything I want on my phone, as well as a couple of these websites that I'm going to tell you about that we do get into. But it's just easier for me to work off of my computer, which is why I like it. So I have a MacBook. You can get anything you like of any sort. When I was looking for computers, all of the coaches are like, MacBook, MacBook, MacBook. I love my MacBook, but it's not necessarily, you can totally work this job over a regular PC. A MacBook is not needed. And you don't even really need Word or anything like that, or Excel. They've got what they have in here works for what you need it to. So don't feel like you need to have that kind of stuff, because I've done just fine without any of that. But a couple of the websites that I use a lot are a Google Drive. So I just make sure that I have an account for my Google Drive. I have 2 Gmail accounts. So one's for my business and one is personal. And I just use the Google Drive that I have in there. You're going to find that there's a lot of documents that people send through Google. We use a lot of forms to help people sign up and to know what to do. The forms are made through Google. So it's super easy to use. And so I just make sure that you have a Google Drive. And Canva. Canva. You can make a free account. I don't pay for this one either. Canva is a great way to make lots of different presentations, graphics, documents, graphics for your team and things like that. So I created a Canva account. It did take me a little bit of time to utilize it and to figure it out. But now that I have, I really enjoy it. And it's a great way to make some things that look really, really nice. Videos. So we upgrade and we upload a lot of videos. This will be one of them. YouTube has had a lot of issues with people like jumping in, or all the other thing too is, I don't know, they're explaining it to me somehow. But one thing I will say is, like, if you are attaching something to yours and somehow it says Beachbody in there, if you send it to somebody else, what happens oftentimes is they get the video and they're looking through it, and then next videos automatically pop up. And because it says Beachbody, you're going to have some haters out there. And oftentimes, why I quit Beachbody, or why Beachbody is not, what you think it is, those pop up. And those are just people that are cranky or whatever. So I don't like those. So we started to use the website Vimeo, Vimeo, and uploading in there. And that is super easy to use. You can create a free account, and that keeps them into the area that you're sending them to, and it stops it right afterwards. It doesn't automatically load up the next video for you to watch. And I think that is it. Those are my favorite tools. One more thing I wanted to show you is these are the Success Club trackers. You're going to get to know these as you start to work your business more. It's a one-side single sheet that our upline created from the business activity tracker that Beachbody created. I love this one. I'm going to explain to you more why in another video, or explain to you on a one-on-one, but this is my favorite. And so what I do for every year is I print off 52 pages of these. I take them to Staples and I get wired bound, and I just get some sort of cover to help keep it safe. Like this, I made a nice cover in Canva. I can send if you want. I put a plastic covering on the top and this on the back, but to be honest, I keep it folded most of the time because I just carry it with me, and that's how I work. This is my checklist. This is my daily checklist every day of the things I need to do. The other thing I do is I use this Rise Up planner. This is from Amazon. This Myra Kukaba, she is a top coach with Beachbody. She actually created this. There's 2 different versions. There's this one. This one's Dream, Plan, Hustle, Win. Her other one is an everyday edition. So that's not necessarily for coaching. This is working towards coaching. So again, this comes with a bound. So I had, my sister actually bought this for me for Christmas, you guys. I actually put it on my Christmas list. She took it to Staples, had this wire bound for me, and this is what I got. So this helps me to work my business every month. And then just some extra things I purchased. I had them put like again, another plastic cover on the front, so it helps keep throughout the entire year. And then I just bought month tabs from Amazon so that I can put them on there and I can automatically go to what month I'm at. And then the only other thing that I have that I really work off of is some sort of notebook, simple notebook. This is just something that keeps at my desk. This is my brain dump notebook. So as I'm working and I'm moving along and I have something come up, you can brain dump into your book. It can be a small one. It can be a big one. It could be a piece of paper. It could be however you want it. But I just make sure that I have something near me at all times on my desk that I can brain dump in. And that is what I do. So I hope that helps. I hope some of those things will help you with your coaching business. Let me know if you have any questions, as I would be happy to help you out. All right, guys, have a good one. Bye.